What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GameFreak. Today we are going to take a look at Ultros, which I bought a week or so ago. I finally completed it. I want to give my full overview on this, if I recommend it. I will tell you right now, this is one strange game, but it looks fantastic. So let's dive into it, and I will give you my final thoughts after this. Now, Ultros is a very interesting game, and it definitely has one of the more strange plots to it of any video game that I've ever played. So in Ultros, you wake up stranded after seemingly crashing your ship on the sarcophagus, a giant space-drifting cosmic uterus holding an ancient demonic being known as Ultros. Trapped in the eternal loop of a black hole, you will have to explore the sarcophagus and meet its inhabitants to understand the part you play. Are you the gruesome breaker of this cycle, or can you become a link from destruction to rebirth? Experience brutal, intimate, close-quarter combat with cosmic life forms driven by a sense of urgency, where precision is paramount and every cut of your blade counts. Yet this intensive combat is a juxtapose with cultivating the greenery and tending to plant life in the sarcophagus, providing precious moments of contemplation and peace. In turn, this grants deeper access to obscured paths. The rich world of Ultros holds many secrets for those curious enough and fearless enough to seek them out. A unique loop-based mechanic will allow you to start over at key moments in the story, providing opportunities to unfold such secrets, unlock different areas of the world, and new abilities on a branching skill tree. Experiment with and master your own specific fighting styles as you explore the world of Ultros. Each loop brings you closer to the truth. Now, as much as I love a good story in a side-scrolling Metroidvania type game, I do not know what the truth is in this game. In fact, this story is absolutely insane. At times, I didn't even know where I was supposed to go, so I just kept exploring, and that made the game actually fun. I enjoy games where you have to explore. Unfortunately, I just didn't know what I was looking for, and that kind of got a little bit frustrating, but the further I got into this game, the more fun it got. But yet, I was still lost. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just killing enemies, finding new paths, and enjoying myself. Eventually, I got to the end, which I'm not going to show any spoilers. I'm not going to show too far into this game because, again, I don't want to give any spoilers. I do recommend this game. It is a lot of fun. It kind of, movement-wise, reminds me of Hollow Knight, but I do like Hollow Knight better than this. But graphically, the artwork in this game is phenomenal. It's just crazy. And you're in a cosmic uterus. I mean, what kind of crazy shit is that? And you're talking to all these different alien beings that actually live there, and you have to interact with them, and they give you hints and clues and everything. But at the same time, them clues don't really help you out any. They kind of help you out where to go on the map that you have, but you really don't know what you're looking for because this game is just fucking crazy. My overall view on this game is great gameplay, great graphics, pretty intense fighting on the end bosses or the big bosses, and an interesting story. And it's a story that after you complete the game, you kind of understand, but it's really hard to put into words for you guys without giving any spoilers away, which I don't want to do. Let's just say the story is very interesting. I mean, come on, man. You're in a cosmic uterus. How much more interesting can you get? I mean, that's just fucking insane. I would have never, ever guessed any video game ever made where it's based on you inside of a cosmic uterus. I mean, I can't say that enough. But overall, I really did enjoy this game a lot. I wish it was a little bit longer. It took probably about 30 to 35 hours for me to fully complete it. And I would say every hour was actually worth it. I mean, just the artwork in the background made it worth it. It just has beautiful artwork to it. The controls are just spot on. They're very responsive, and you do run into some very interesting characters that keep you intrigued, and it makes the game pretty exciting. And a lot of these big bosses are really fun to fight because they remind me of a lot of the big bosses that you'd fight in like flying shoot 'em ups and stuff. So I've always been a fan of that. So this did have like that Hollow Knight feel to it, but it just didn't hit like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a masterpiece in my mind. This, not so much a masterpiece, but it is a great game. So I do recommend picking this game up. If you can find this for around 30 bucks, I would definitely pick it up. I wouldn't spend any more than 40 bucks for this game because it isn't a real long game. And you know, you can set your difficulty on this. You can actually set where you don't lose any energy at all, which makes it a little too easy. So I didn't want to do that, but for like footage of this boss fight right here, I did do it because if you don't, you can die pretty quick. And now this was pretty early in the game, so I did do this just so I could show you what the bosses look like. Really cool looking. So yeah, if you can find this game for around 30-40 bucks, I recommend picking it up. It's a lot of fun. It won't disappoint you. If you're a fan of Hollow Knight, then I think you will be a fan of Ultros. So check it out. I mentioned Hollow Knight a couple times during that, and that is because it does have that Hollow Knight feel to it, the way it looks, and definitely the way it controls. I love the way that Hollow Knight controls. It has really good feel to it. And I did say Hollow Knight is a masterpiece. I gave that a 10 out of 10 easily. That game is absolutely amazing. Definitely worth the price. I think I got that game for like 15 bucks. So if you've never played Hollow Knight, you need to check that game out. It's a good time. But this isn't Hollow Knight. This is Ultros. I am not going to give this a 10 out of 10. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I do think it is a great game and definitely worth checking out. So I will rate this about an 8 out of 10, and it's a high 8 out of 10. I had a lot of fun with this, and I think you guys will too, especially if you have played Hollow Knight. You'll really enjoy this game. Really good time. So I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.